Hey guys, I wanted to give you guys a super quick demo on how to get your character to follow your proxy animation now that you've roughed out the proxy. So in this example, we've got this proxy animation roughed out by Brian, and he wants the character to follow along with him. So we could use a snap button frame by frame, but that would be really laborious. We can't just copy the animation from one to the other because on this control, we've got a bunch of scale values that we don't want to copy onto our rig. So another thing we can do is constrain it in order to get that data from the proxy rig onto our rig. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we've got the proper settings for our character. Our character right now, if I move the cog with the upper body control around, you can see that the feet are staying behind because they're set to IK instead of FK. And the arms are coming along with the body because they're set to FK. I'm going to leave the arm settings the way they are, but I'm going to change these leg settings. So to do that, I'm going to select the upper body control, and I'm going to come to here where it says left leg FKIK and right leg FKIK. And I'm going to switch these to 0 just temporarily. So now when I select the upper body control and I move it around, the legs come with the upper body control. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the proxy rig control here at the top that we've animated. And then I'm going to shift select the upper body or cog control. I'm going to go constrain, parent constrain. I'm going to make sure that maintain offset is on, and I'm just going to go ahead and add this constraint. So now what happens is our character follows along with a perfect match. We don't want this constraint, obviously, on our character rig. So let me show you how to get rid of that. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hide the proxy because we don't need it anymore. So I'm just going to hide the display of that. This control, which we have constrained to our proxy rig, and then we want to bake out this animation. Oh. So I'm going to select this control. I'm going to come up here to key. I'm going to go down to bake simulation options. I want to make sure I have smart bake on, and I'm going to hit bake. Now what it's done, instead of baking on every single frame for that control, it's, oops, hold on, let's switch this to, hit D to make it auto key. So now what we have is the rig following along with our proxy, and everything is following with it. To find the key poses now, and pose the legs and the arms, and then the legs back, the legs back to being IK by using this menu up here under the body mech rig. So I'm going to tear this off, and you'll see that we have this IK-FK switch. So once you've gone in and posed your character at each one of the poses, so let's just go here and say I've posed the whole character out. I'm just gonna make a couple of changes here. Okay, so say we've posed our legs in a bunch of different ways, but now we want to snap them back to IK when we go into our refinement mode, which is what we'll be doing for next week's assignment. So if I want this leg now to be IK, all I have to do is select any one of the controls on the leg and then hit this IK-FK switch. And now we have the IK controls, which means that when we move this and make adjustments to it, the leg will stay behind.